Click, the free kick genius, top corner. Oh, he's good, isn't he? Well, hello folks, welcome back to the channel. I am the Custard Prophet, and we're back here for the end of Season 5 with Wisla Krakow. And if you said to me at the end of last episode, we'd get to the end of the season and we would still have a chance, a genuine chance, to get into Europe, despite Lech having taken away one of the European positions, I would have said, no, that is not going to happen. But that is exactly what's happened. We'll show you the run in a second. We've been on a run, we've won some away games, and it could have been so much better. It's really pleasing. We've got Legia Warsaw away, and if we beat them, one of Widzew and Rakow and Brookbet Temelika, if one of those lose, we go ahead of them. So, yeah, and then we end up in Europe. So it's all a little bit mad. Yeah, folks, so it's going to be a fun one. We'll have a look at the results because the results were really, really good, actually. We've played really well since the last episode. It felt like the last episode for like 50 minutes. We played really well. We dominated the opposition and then conceded 4 goals with 4 shots against without really doing much in the second half. We kind of we came off, we sort of held back and let them through, and it just wasn't good enough. But since then we've had those 90-minute performances and actually started to play quite well away from home. But let's look at some of the teams that are going that are vying with us. So we have a better goal difference than Brookbet Temelika, I think, because Brookbet Temelika have beaten us and we've beaten them, and both were just by a single goal. I think it goes then down to goal difference, and we've got a much better goal difference than them. So if they lose to Pogon, we can go ahead of them with a victory. Different story with Rakow and Widzew are playing Cracovia, so maybe Cracovia can do us a bit of a favour. That would be nice. Yeah, and Rakow are home against Warta Poznan. You think that's probably a win for Rakow, but you just never know, do you? What I would love to see at the end of this is just a decent performance. If we get into Europe, it would be a wonderful, wonderful thing. If we don't get into Europe, but we put a decent performance in, I'll be happy. I'll just be disappointed if we don't put a decent performance. Let's look at those results then. So you saw the 4-3 loss, a bottle job against Slask, where we were so good but managed to lose the game. Well, we followed that up with a 3-0 win over Legia, John Jules brace and a Cordoba late goal. I mean, you see how late the goals were there. It wasn't the most convincing of victories, but we're going away to Lodz. This was much better. They took the lead with a dodgy penalty. 1 shot on target. Kania with a couple of goals. Really, really good. And he's not done what Carlos did. He has. He's come back to the club on loan after his big money transfer, or not as big as I wanted money transfer. And he's playing decent football, and that's all I could ask. So 2-1 victory there. Really happy with that. 4-0 win over Zagłębie. I'm very, very sorry. Delgado, John Jules with a brace, and Click, very good result. 4-1 away win over Ruch. Josh Key had an absolute worldie of a game, and for someone who is just the most backup of backup players, he has turned into this impossibly important player for us at the minute. Couple of goals, his first couple of goals actually for us at all, and then Delgado and Click finished things off. So then we played a couple of games where things could and should maybe have got better. We had a very disappointing or potentially very good draw against Krakow, depends which way you look at it. It's probably good in as much as we conceded an 86th minute goal and we scored a minute later to level things up from Delgado, but we had much the better of the chances here against very, very good Krakow. And you can see a 2.8 XG, 20 shots on target with 9. So 20 shots at goal with 9 of those on target. It's a very, very solid performance. We couldn't get past their goalkeeper. As you can see, 7.5 average rating. Very, very strong. And then this match against Brookbet Temelika, probably the most fun match I've had this season. We lost it in the end, but my God, you could not tell which way this was going. It was an absolute battle. Both teams had the lead. We had the better of the XG. We had some really good chances, but it was really even with the amount of chances that we both teams had. Goals from Krasnowski, John Jules and Moreno put us 3-2 up, and then we gave up an 85th and an 87th minute goal to give them the victory. Now, if we had got a point out of that, things might be very, very different. But yeah, we lost. And then we've just beaten Piast 2-1. Very pleasing. They were above us. John Jules and Delgado, they were not in this game one little bit. So very happy with the performance since that loss against Slask. It's made up for a very weak middle part of the season. And to be fair, a very weak general part of the season. Lots of draws, struggling to score goals. And all of a sudden, we look like a side that might do some damage against Legia. We beat them 3-0 already this season. Can we do the double over them? I really, really hope so. It'd be a great way to finish the season. So here we go. Side we're going with. It's a final match for a couple of players, but it's Delgado and John Jules up front. I've not been overly disappointed with these two. I think they've probably been our most consistent strike force, and that's why they're both playing. Moreno's come in and done well from time to time, but the other two are Costa and Tedraze, and he's the one I'm most disappointed with. He looked like he was going to be great, but this is what we're going with anyway. Sahiti, is he going to be playing on the left? I think we'll go... No, I think we'll stick with Sahiti. He is leaving at the end of this season. We'll give him a chance out there. Carlos can come on if needed. Kanya making his final appearance for the club on the right. Sad times. Click, signing of the season for me, alongside Puerta. Backline of Krasnowski, Cordoba, Arufo and Key. Bobek is in goal. We've got the likes of Carlos, Rubio, Moreno, Duda, Carlos, I think I've said him all right. He's so good. He's on there twice. And Yavi all on the bench. Really strong bench. So let's see how things go. Bobek in goal. Come on, let's put a really good performance out here. I'd love to have an exciting game of football. If we win this, we've got a real chance of getting into the Conference League playoff places. Legia are on a terrible run of form. They won 1 in their last 5. We are on a much better run than that. Right, well, we've got the ball out here. It's pretty even in terms of chances. Here is Puerta into Kanya. Click. There's a little bit of space on this left side. No one ran into it, unfortunately. Eventually do. Krasnowski. Ooh, that looked, for all the world, like we were going to get on the end of that. But it looks like it might be a chance for us. We've got another opportunity. Here's Sahiti. Done brilliantly. Delgado. Little back heel into Kanya. Kanya on his final game. Could he inspire a cracking result here? On the other side, Krasnowski, it doesn't go to anything. Dear me. Right, Cordoba at the back. Simple ball in. They're pressuring some of our key players. Sahiti did well there, but again, tackle or the pass missed. Putting the pressure on them. And they're through. Oh, it's lovely. Through the centre of our defence. And I have to say that was pretty disappointing. Looks like Rufo, right centre-back, has picked up a bit of an injury, which might explain why he was so far behind the play. I don't even know where he is. Yeah, he was behind the play. Looks like that is possibly the reason we conceded. I think what we will do is make the immediate switch and bring Yavi on. Bit unlucky losing, getting an injury like that, especially as we see Brookbet Temelika are 1-0 down already. Right, Krasnowski. Nicely done. Click. Oh, off the bar. What a shot that was. Oh, come on. Just let's make it interesting. That had gone into the top corner would have been glorious. Well, here we go. John Jules into Sahiti. Lost the ball, though. We do feel like, and I don't know whether it's the setup or what, but it does feel like oh dear me, we're constantly fighting against that break opportunity, whereas we don't quite get that ourselves. We seem to have to work harder for it. Here's Key. Poeta into Key. Come on. Into John Jules. Come on. There we go. And I think that is very, very deserved. We've hit the bar. We've had some great opportunities. Not to say Legia haven't, I think, but I think 1-1 is about where this result is, at least on play at the minute. But Key does brilliantly. No one picks up John Jules. It's pretty dreadful allowing that cross in. But we show you how important Key is. Now we're 1-1 and we know we're just a point behind Brookbet Temelika. If we can beat Legia now, we go above them. We go above Temelika. Right. Out for the second half, folks. Sahiti, again with the corner. Ball in. Not quite. It's gone back out to him. I don't know whether he gives a little bit more than Carlos, but here's Poeta into Yavi. The substitute. He's started most games since he's been coming to the team. Rufo was a bit of a surprise. Delgado. We're 2-1 up. Unbelievable. Great play. Out to Kanya. Kanya set that one up. We're going to miss him when he's gone, aren't we? And this is why I was saying the front two both getting a goal. And I said I really rate these two players, and I think more is to come from them. A lot of teams in for Delgado at the minute. Right, folks, let's see if we can hold our lead. We'll go back to balanced. Click. The free kick genius. Top corner. Oh, he's good, isn't he? He's good. We are the highest direct free kick scorers in the league. We're up to 4th now. Jurgen. That's nicely out. Can we... oh, that's unlucky. What the heck was that? That didn't look like it was right. I mean... he barely had any backlift and it did something really weird. Look at this. What happened here? Maybe, okay, so maybe it didn't look quite right, but... Oh, 2-2. Well, Carlos and Pullman are on. There's only 15 minutes to go. That felt a little bit of a bad challenge. Are we going to have a red card? We're going to have a red card. We're going back to positive. Marco Birch. I should have gone back to positive earlier. Click. Go on. Oh, wouldn't it be nice to finish off with that? I think I know what's going to happen, but I would love it not to be that. Come on. Let's do this. I mean, we deserve it. We just seem to struggle against the really good teams just to get the victory at the minute. John Jules. Oh, there it is. I don't know what his first name is, but Click gets the goal. I said it would be really nice for him to get a goal, and he has got that goal. What a player. We go back to balanced again. We are currently 89 minutes on the clock. We are in 4th position. Brookbet Temelika have an injury, but if they draw this match, if they manage to score a late goal against Pogon, they will go ahead of us. Vidzev comfortably beating Cracovia. Right, we've gone back to a mid-block, higher defensive line, with the hope of just keeping the ball now. We're going to make probably a change pretty soon. Let's do it now. John Jules coming off, Moreno coming on to finish things off. We should put a defender on. Carlos though takes the corner. Click. Oh, they've won the ball off us. I don't know what this might just be because I've made a sub at a specific time type of substitution, type of highlight. Carlos into Krasnowski. And it's out for a corner. Nice little ball in that. Oh, Kanya. Oh, here we go. Change is made. Moreno's on. Carlos now. Come on. Find someone's head, mate. Finish it off. Pullman, into click. Shoot. Oh. Carlos. Oh, no. What are you doing? Oh, Christ. Come on. Hold your horses. Don't go all out attack. This is not what we're trying to achieve now. Moreno. Why are you attacking? Very nicely done. Here's Moreno again. Through ball to Kanya. It's 4-2. Is that a goal? Has that done it? At least from our point of view. What's the score in the other match, though, is the big question. How good have we been? Timed his run to perfection. And Tasuki, nowhere near it. Oh, now let's look in the other result. It's still 2-1. Have we done it? Oh my God. Unbelievable. I think we've done it. Let's have a look. I mean, spare a thought for Brookbet Tamelika. At the start of today, they were sitting in second. And I think Legia were maybe sitting in third. I might have that wrong. And all of those clubs have dropped out of the European places. We have sneaked it, so we are back into Europe next season, folk. That's going to help us attract the quality players. We're losing Kanya, but we've got Click. We've got Delgado, hopefully still next season. And we will attract additional players. We need another quality player on the right. Rubio's great. Maybe we need a little bit more. We've got Carlos on the left, who, as you've seen, can offer an awful lot. But I've got to say, I'm pretty darn pleased with that. Almost £900,000 collected from that. Pretty good. And let's just have a look at the stats. We're not going to go on to the end of season awards, but let's have a look who's the top appearance maker. Alexander Bobek has been a solid goalkeeper, not always brilliant. Certainly been a lot of errors that he's made. In terms of goals, Dario Delgado and John Jules with the goals. I think we could and probably should have shared them around a little bit more. Tedrazo really has disappointed me. I thought he should have offered a lot more. Assists, Josh Key, highest assist maker by a country mile. I think he needs a new contract, doesn't he? Man of the match to John Jules, who I've thought about getting rid of quite a lot, but this has certainly been his best year. But he's had 3 excellent years. He's a great player to have alongside your sort of top striker. Bizarrely, the highest tackling is Owen Dale, who will be leaving at the end of this season. But Carlos and Rubio, why are our wingers making all the challenges? Why aren't our centre-backs making challenges? They're also doing this with dribbles as well. And you can see another player who will be leaving is Sahiti. Unfortunately, he's going to move on. I thought he ended the season well. He started the season well, but it's about the right time for it. And in terms of average rating, top of the tree, the man who came in, top signing, I think, of the season, Click, who has been outstanding. Josh Key, outstanding. Big surprise. And great to see John Jules and Delgado up there. And unsurprisingly, we've got Kanya right up there. At the bottom, I guess, of the players who've been highly involved, big disappointment is Kasper Duda, who has gone from being the pick of the players for so long. Look at the performances to a bit part player this season, ever since we signed Click. But it is the way of the world, folks. It is the way of the world. I mean, hopefully he'll get a little bit more time next season. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. it was an unexpected end to everything. I think you'll agree. A bit of entertainment this season. A victory, a very good victory. It was well deserved against Legia Warsaw, the side that once beat us 6-0, was it, in the cup when we drew them when we were in the division below. Now look what we're doing to them. It's good times, isn't it? So we'll come back, start next season. I'm hopefully going to bring you some new transfers. I think the shape and the tactic look good now. We just need to bed in some new transfers. We know that there's going to be a few people leaving. Looking through the side, Kanya is going to be on his way. Puerta, Cordoba, unfortunately, we've lost him from our central defence. Moreno, who's I was quite pleased with. I thought he was a good, solid player. Maybe we'll try and get him on loan from Malaga next time out. But we've also going to be losing Sahiti, Sapala, Dale, Broda, Pirok, I think will probably be gone as well. Probably Pankov as well. And I'll certainly be looking to sign Key up to another season because, I mean, who would have predicted that performance from him? He's been outstanding. Right, folks, I want your comments on this season. I want your comments on this game down below. Please put those in. Your thoughts are always very, very welcome. If you enjoyed the episode, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Next season, it's got to be the one, hasn't it? See you then. Bye-bye.